What is going on, guys? My name is Damien. Welcome back. Bringing you a video here talking about Daredevil Season 2, specifically The Punisher. There's just a lot, I guess, that has kind of stuck with me since finishing Season 2, and I kind of wanted to share some thoughts on his character. And if you haven't seen Season 2 yet, then be aware there will be spoilers, of course. At least minor spoilers. I'm not going to get too into story-specific stuff with his character, but I'm going to just share my thoughts and opinions, so let's get right into it. I don't know what it was, but after I finished Season 2, I just kept thinking to myself, whenever I thought about the show, The Punisher came to mind, and I was like, I'm thinking about Daredevil as a TV show and what it meant to have The Punisher on the show. I don't know if he'll ever come back for any cameo or guest starring appearances on Daredevil itself, but he's going to have his own show, and rightfully so. Jon Bernthal, he did a amazing job. And it's one of those performances that, and this is really, it's kind of stuck with me, but it's one of those types of things where when you have TV shows and you're allowed to have characters like this where you can really flesh them out, or at least give it your best attempt to try to explore the character a little bit, you really kind of gain this new level of appreciation for the character, and you end up thinking about how their morals line up, or what motivates them, and what they're thinking when they're in the process of doing something. And if you have a character, or if you have an actor that can make you believe those things or question those things, then you know they've done a good job. So I really have to applaud Jon Bernthal for what is easily one of the best performances for any TV show superhero related character that I've seen. He's definitely in the top 3 easily, just for his one minor season, you have to call it, because he really wasn't a main character for the latter half of the season. He started off as a strong supporting character, and then they kind of toned him down a little bit screen time wise, and they still had him in there, but he was considered a minor character at that point. At least that's the way I view it, but it was really because they were setting up some other characters. Anyway, his character was just really great. There was a lot of things that I really, really liked. His motivations, his parallel view of justice as opposed to the way Daredevil views it. And, there were multiple scenes, whether it was him and Matt on the rooftop when Daredevil was tied up, and they were kind of having those conversations, talking about what is the right way to handle things. And the key line that the Punisher had was saying that Daredevil would knock them down and they'd get back up, but when he knocks them down, they stay down. And he also called Daredevil a half measure. So there's some really, really just amazing dialogue work between Jon Bernthal and Charlie Cox. That scene was one of the key ones on the roof. The cemetery scenes were great as well, when he was kind of talking about his family. And to touch on family real quick, it's interesting because in an interview with Jon Bernthal, he did say that if he didn't have a family of his own, he couldn't play the Frank Castle character. He said that it really helped him kind of gain a level of understanding into Frank Castle's mental state and his overall drive and belief and all of this. There was a lot of things that he said that he would channel to kind of think, if he had lost these things, if he had lost these people, rather, this who means so much to him, his wife and his daughter, what that would actually represent. And he channeled that into the Frank Castle character. So I thought that was great, and I thought his acting was just really on point throughout. The costume was great too at the end, even though we didn't really get to see too much of it. So the overall intensity of the scenes, there were just a lot there. The Irish, every single encounter that he had was really, really great. The prison scenes, the fight scenes, the dialogue with Wilson Fisk, just how different they are as well, kind of using each other for their own benefit. There really just, isn't enough that I can say about Daredevil Season 2. And on a side note, I know that this video might seem kind of random on my channel here, because this channel hasn't had any activity in a while, but I generally post on my other channel. But I'm going to have to do all of these types of commentary videos on this channel. I was trying to see if I could merge it, but it's really not going to be a possibility with that channel being in a constant state of how can I really put this? I don't know. It's always a possibility that the channel could be closed, so I really don't want to risk it. So I'll be doing, I have no choice but to do all my reviews and commentaries and things like that on this channel. So to get back, Daredevil Season 2, what a stellar season it was. Overall, just top-notch stuff. And the Punisher character, I mentioned this before when I was doing a breakdown of one of the trailers for Daredevil Season 2, and I did say that Punisher was one of my favorite characters, and I really, as far as Marvel goes, and I always enjoyed characters that, didn't have powers, but still dedicated themselves to an ideal and a belief. And Jon Bernthal, again, I really am just amazed by this guy, because I didn't know what to expect when he was cast as the Punisher. I thought, this is great. I didn't think it was a miscasting or anything like that, but at the same time, I didn't really know how to view his depiction of what the character would be, because there's sometimes if you're seeing an actor being cast where you've seen more of his work, then you kind of understand, or you have a better idea of how he's going to be in that specific role. But since I haven't really seen anything with Jon Bernthal outside of like a few small roles and The Walking Dead, it was really hard for me to kind of picture him as the Punisher. But he really just didn't disappoint, and even the scene when he's on trial, and his you could see it in his eyes. I mean, there were scenes where he literally convinced me. I fully believe that he had lost his wife, and I did not want him to be put in prison. It's like you almost can. It's like Daredevil said in one of the episodes. He said that his cause was almost kind of noble, and you have to kind of view that perspective that he is kind of coming from, and just kind of view this the overall nature of his character and just all of this. And then on top of the fact that he's a complete badass and a specialist and a marksman with every single weapon that he uses. So let me know what you guys think. Just some thoughts there. I really enjoyed the Punisher for Season 2, more so than I did Kingpin and any other character on the Netflix shows. And I think he's been, as far as acting goes, in The Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, and then Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all the other shows that I've seen superhero related, I think he comes out on top. So, do comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. As far as his depiction of the character, Charlie Cox does a great job as Matt Murdock / Daredevil. He's fantastic as well. But there was a certain level of intensity that I really got from Jon Bernthal as the Punisher. So, yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Comment down below and leave a like on the video. I do appreciate any support on this channel. I'd like to kind of grow this channel to a little bit more of a balanced amount of subscribers from my clips channel, so that way it's more of like a connected thing. So when I post videos here, you guys can easily find them. So subscribe if you are watching this and you're sub to my clips channel, if you don't mind, and you want to hear more if you want to hear more thoughts like this from me and get more content like this, then you definitely can't go wrong by subscribing. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. My name is Damien.